Machine gun speed, heavyweight power, and absolutely no mercy.
And now Benavidez hooking him alone.
This is the most avoided fighter of his generation, not because of hype, but because of what happens when you face him. From dusty arenas to championship spotlights, this is what he does to people. Let's start at the summit, his invasion of the light heavyweight division against Anthony Yarde. In Riyadh, Yarde stepped into the ring fully loaded. Power, timing, confidence. At first, his jab, his counters, were finding their mark.
Yes, I do. I do because I expect it.
But Benavidez did what he always does, trapped his prey against the ropes, and cranked up a pace no human being can survive.
Again, you can see it's really affecting Anthony Yarde.
By the 7th round, the Brit was simply drowning. Explosive 10-punch combinations, tearing straight through his guard, until Anthony Yarde finally dropped to one knee. Even after the monster was docked a point for hitting him while he was down, he didn't take his foot off the gas. He pinned Anthony Yarde to the ropes again and put a brutal full stop to the fight with a monstrous left hook, leaving the referee no choice.
Closer and closer as Yarde just doesn't seem to have an answer. David Benavidez, the referee seen it, and there it is!
Statement made. His crushing power, his relentless pressure, moved up to 175 pounds right along with him.
Still undefeated.
Next on the monster's menu was Demetrius Andrade, a slick, technical, undefeated two-time champion, turned into just another victim.
Against him in each round, left just over 5. That's pretty good.
In the early rounds, Andrade flashed his boxing IQ, fast feet, clean counters, perfect angles.
It could take him a few rounds, even though they've been sparring.
Wow.
Beautiful shot.
Blistering combination by Andrade.
And then, Benavidez found him. At the end of the 4th round, a right-hand missile exploded right on Andrade's head, sending him crashing to the canvas.
By Andrade. Oh, heavy right hand. Down goes Andrade in the 4th.
From that second on, the boxing match was over. The execution had begun. By the 6th round, Andrade was spitting blood, his face a mess, his legs refusing to hold him up. In the corner between rounds, his team did what the fighter himself didn't. They stopped the fight.
One of the best defensive fighters in the sport. Caught on the inside by Andrade, doesn't even. And Andrade trying to. We have reached the midway point. Oh, right hand by Benavidez.
The Mexican monster lived up to the name Mike Tyson gave him, 100%.
Christendom, the Mexican monster Mike Tyson. Careful. Celebrating with Benavidez.
Then stood Anthony Dirrell, a seasoned ex-champion, against a young predator who had already tasted gold and lost it outside the ring. In Los Angeles, Benavidez turned Dirrell into a bloody stepping stone on his path to reclaiming the WBC crown.
Down to 15 seconds remaining. He made a couple.
At first, Dirrell fought smart, relying on his massive experience.
Right hand, he winds it up.
But with every passing minute, Benavidez's vice gripped tighter. He pierced through the defense with his jab, like a spear, ripping open a cut over the veteran's right eye.
He's kind of smoking.
Right now, Dirrell is holding his ground right there.
By the 9th round, a blood-soaked Dirrell was crucified against the ropes under a hail of invisible, explosive punches.
Good shot by Benavidez right there. He's really continuing to
Hanging on a thread just right now, just getting battered by David Benavidez.
We're going to stop the fight right now.
His corner jumped into the ring to save their fighter, a man who, until that night, had never been stopped in his entire life. That night, Benavidez didn't just win his belt back, he broke a champion's spirit.
David Benavidez!
The fate of a heavy punching bag also befell renowned knockout artist David Lemieux. In Glendale, he came out to kill, trying to force some respect. but he got none.
Lemieux, there's a jab through the guard, the right hand by Benavidez, and the left to the body by the undefeated Benavidez.
Throws. Those are both way high at
Speed, I mean, he really can do it all.
Yeah, taking his time.
Oh, left hook, got a stagger, Lemieux with blistering combinations on David Lemieux.
Benavidez rocked him as early as the second round, dropping him and forcing the referee to keep a close watch.
Pocket and go toe-to-toe with Benavidez.
The only
fight is on to Lemieux. He is down. Back up.
In the third, the monster took off all the limiters, suffocating pressure, uppercuts, hooks flying out of nowhere, without the slightest wind-up.
Lemieux was knocked by Benavidez, who was landing.
The referee rushed in at the 131 mark of the third round to save the Canadian.
Oh, there's something to fight. And
A total demolition and a new interim WBC belt.
What enabled you to have that confidence and that ability, knowing that this is a career on the line type of fight for him and he's desperate?
Well, because, Mike Tyson gave me that name, the Mexican Monster. What do you think I'm going to do?
Kyrone Davis stepped in as a late replacement and flat out refused to go down. In Phoenix, he took everything. Bombs to the head, rib-crushing body shots, jaw-breaking uppercuts, and kept firing back. But courage alone can't stop this juggernaut.
But back comes Benavidez, left hook to the body, followed by a right hook. And now Benavidez looking to unload. Davis might be in trouble. Davis with his back on the ropes. He might be playing.
By the seventh round, he could barely stand under the weight of Benavidez's machine gun bursts. The monster literally invited him to hit back, smiled, cold, menacing, and then punished him with brutal flurries.
Davis with his back on the ropes, and this could be problematic again. Look at this. All right, to the body, followed by an uppercut by Benavidez. Looking to answer back is Davis. A left hook upstairs by Benavidez. 80 seconds left here in the sixth.
Davis's corner couldn't take it anymore and threw in the towel. The body was still standing, but the damage incompatible with continuing the fight.
Phoenix, Arizona.
Ronald Ellis was a tough contender who truly believed he could survive all 12 rounds. Instead, he became the canvas for one of the most one-sided beatdowns of Benavidez's career.
And now Benavidez walked down. There's a big right hand followed by good stiff chest by Benavidez followed by.
Round after round, he swallowed straight punches, uppercuts, liver shots, constantly finding himself pinned to the ropes.
Brilliant Benavidez, but not Ellis just yet. Ronald Ellis now. Right hook to the body. Ellis target practice now. Ellis in serious trouble.
In the 11th frame, Benavidez did whatever he wanted with him, landing 50 power shots in 3 minutes.
Under a minute to go here in the seventh. Would appear as if he just lost. The 24-year-old offers him of courage. But he just does not have enough tools. And now Benavidez unloading left hook. And now Benavidez.
Ellis wobbled, hanging on by a thread, but he wouldn't fall. The referee couldn't watch it anymore and stepped in himself.
A left hook to the body. Ronald Ellis in serious trouble. This one is over. David Benavidez.
A TKO in the 11th, and another bloody message to the entire division.
Man to stop Ronald Ellis.
In the fight with Romer Alexis Angulo, the title wasn't on the line for Benavidez. He missed weight. For Angulo, it was. But only one man looked like a champion in that ring.
Through an uppercut, partially grazed the whiskers of Benavidez.
From the opening bell, Benavidez's jab snapped his head back like a piston.
There's a.
He mixed body shots with splitting uppercuts, dismantling him piece by piece.
As we approach 50% almost sticking and pressing that. A left hook by the 23-year-old Metamar to get around your guard. Alexis Angulo. At what point? There's a right.
By the 10th round, he was still standing, but physically and mentally destroyed.
Ball stands up. Oh, there's a Benavidez. Lead right hand. Don't hold his head, David. Oh, man, that's a big shot. Backed up on Angulo.
Before the start of the 11th, his corner refused to send him out to certain death.
So the corner has stopped the fight, and thankfully it is over.
It didn't go down as a clean KO on Benavidez's record, but every witness knew it was an absolute annihilation.
Energy Arena.
Rogelio Medina, Porky, a seasoned brawler who once made world champions tremble, was turned into a training dummy.
He doesn't like to make it alone against Daniel Jacobs. But a big reason why he decided.
In Texas, the young monster dropped him 3 times. In the 6th, seventh, and 8th rounds. Every knockdown wasn't a single lucky punch. It was the result of explosive, unreadable combinations. And when he crashed down for the 3rd time, the referee simply waved it off. Benavidez had just run over a veteran contender and paved his way to a world title shot. Dennis Douglin, an awkward southpaw, decided to turn a boxing match into a street fight.
Right in front at the end of the day, we'll find out. That's why the fight is only getting bigger.
You match
So vulnerable.
For 2 rounds, he pushed forward, throwing wild, looping shots, even stealing a few moments.
I just think there's an opening or more. He can turn into it.
And then, Benavidez adapted. He began to stalk his prey, cold, calculated, exploding with combinations, chopping him down piece by piece.
It's to come forward, hope that.
By the 6th round, he was just surviving, under a hail of punches to the head and body.
Just moving his hands, moving his feet, not falling in.
Body shot, right hand up top. Young slugger, they're on the attack. Headshot after headshot.
In the 9th, he went down.
There's an uppercut. Knockdown scored by David Benavidez.
In the 10th, Benavidez unleashed such a storm, the referee had to throw himself between them.
Body and uppercuts, and that means right here, moving the feet a little bit, and doing that.
The monster doesn't just knock you out fast. He knows how to savor a slow destruction. Jaleon Love stepped into the ring, a talented boxer, a big name, high hopes. Those hopes lasted exactly 1 round.
Benavidez fighting for the first time in over a year. Puts the earmuffs on right there.
In the first 3 minutes, Benavidez wobbled him with a left hook.
Yeah, he's very slow. Oh, he just got hit with a left hook.
In the 2nd, he pinned him to the ropes and unleashed his entire arsenal.
Fights guys as a reward for performing.
He went limp, tried to survive in a clinch, but his song was sung.
Oh, big right by Benavidez.
The referee stepped in, and another name was added to the monster's hit list. Some fighters only realize who they're in the ring with when it's already too late. For Shirali Mamajonov, that realization came at the end of the 1st round. An explosive left to the liver, followed by a crushing right, and he was on the canvas.
Benavidez de önce şöyle bir karaciğeri ardından bakın bir direk daha çıkarttı ve rakibini orada düşürdü. Hakem hemen uzaklaştırıyor Benavidez'i oradan ve ilk knockdown karşılaşmanın.
The bell saved him once, but there was no second miracle. In the 2nd round, Benavidez trapped him against the ropes and unleashed a series of left hooks. Shirali Mamajonov slumped to his knees and never got back up.
Mamajonov bakın burada köşeye sıkıştırdı ve sol geldi. Benavidez burada sol geldi. Özbek boksör oldukça.
The monster gave a dry nod, turned away, and went looking for his next target. Undefeated prospect Francie Ntetu stepped up to test the young talent, but instead became the subject of a systematic beatdown.
In this round, he just started to walk through. against the hook of Benavidez.
He had his moments, tried to trade, tried to stand his ground, but with every round, Benavidez's inhuman power and pressure sucked the life out of him.
Good body shot by Benavidez.
By the 7th round, after another dose of unanswered punches, the referee stepped in.
Into the path of that Benavidez right hand. Jab setting up some. Benavidez gets in one, but we don't see much in terms of
Another TKO, another warning siren for the entire boxing world.
Still undefeated.
A TV broadcast, bright lights, and a chance to make a name fell to Kevin Cobbs. He had heavy hands, at least on paper. In the ring, he simply broke under the pressure.
Benavidez a right to the body.
Benavidez backed him into a corner and pulled the trigger in the 2nd round.
Decent record, so we got to be very careful.
Right to the body.
So he's landing it solid. It's going to take it. There it is.
Another knockout added to an already terrifying resume.
Washington, D.C.
Philip Jackson Benson was a dangerous puncher with a threatening record. But Benavidez took that threat and shoved it right back down his throat.
Jackson, trying to make it Benavidez, though, backs up Jackson. That may have hurt him.
In Carson, he rocked him instantly and didn't give him a single second to recover.
Right hand by Benavidez.
In the 2nd round, a furious invisible attack chopped him down to the mat.
Punch combination. Jackson bending down, takes another right hand left.
And the referee didn't even bother to start the count. Fight over. Benavidez walks away, leaving another broken body behind him.
Benavidez right back on top of him. Jab, knock Romero back. Another body shot. 2 body shots to the left of the head.
A grizzled Mexican veteran, Felipe Romero had seen it all in the ring, except David Benavidez. In Las Vegas, he hit the canvas 3 times, in a single round.
Left to the body again. Romero is in big trouble. Big trouble. 2 more left hands, that's it.
Benavidez tore him apart with explosive combinations, shifting fire from the head to the body, until the referee finally stepped in and ended the beating.
Perhaps Romero was down already. It's a moot point. And that was it.
In the fight with Ricardo Campillo, the beginning was the end. At the close of the 1st round, a straight right, thrown without the slightest telegraph, sent him to the floor.
Took that chin.
And down he goes.
He found the courage to get up, but in the 2nd round, Benavidez trapped him in the corner and finished the job with 2 monstrous hooks.
Down he goes.
The referee stepped in when he had already gone limp. Another mismatch.
Fight in 3 weeks.
His first title fight, for the NABF junior belt against Roland Williams, Benavidez treated as just another chance to break somebody. From the opening bell, he was under heavy fire. By the end of the 1st round, still standing, but the legs were gone, the eyes empty. The referee stepped in, and only then, he collapsed to the canvas. The monster claimed his first belt, and his opponent never even realized what hit him. And the liver shot that Eric Revuelta took makes you gasp for air, even through the screen. In the 4th round, Benavidez sank a left hook, right on target. He crumpled, greedily gasping for air. By some miracle, he got up, but a second later, he was put to sleep by a right hook to the jaw. 1 body shot to take the soul, 1 headshot to close the show. Some fights are nothing more than high-stakes sparring sessions, as was the case with Arturo Martinez. In the 1st round, Benavidez pinned him to the ropes and dug a left hook into his ribs. First knockdown. Then a right cross, back to the canvas. And a final blast to the body ended the fight a second before the saving bell. Omar Aispuro survived 3 knockdowns in a single round, a familiar signature. When a fighter gets up again and again, that's bravery. But against the monster, bravery only guarantees more pain. His second pro fight against Edgar Galvan brought the same chilling finale. A right hook to the head in the first round turned his lights out. He just lay there, staring at the ceiling as the referee counted him out. And it all started with Erasmo Mendoza, Puerto Peñasco, 2013. A teenager steps out for his professional debut. A left uppercut, fired like a cannonball, smashes into his chin in the very first round. That's how history is written. One fight, one cold knockout. The monster took his first breath in a small Mexican arena. David Benavidez is not just a puncher. He is pure aggression, explosive power, primal rage, forged into a body built to bulldoze through everything in front of him. To take it all, their legs, their will, their belts, their future. These were his most brutal executions, from dusty halls to championship arenas. Which of these knockdowns made you flinch the most? Drop a comment, hit the like button, and subscribe so you don't miss the stories of the most dangerous predators in world boxing. The Mexican monster isn't done hunting yet, and the most terrifying knockout of his career might still be ahead of us.